Actually, what Raw's done over the last 4 weeks, they've really tried to build up this pay-per-view, and they've had really good Raws ever since SummerSlam, and I thought they did a good job on building up at least the main two matches on the Night of Maddox card or Night of Champions, but there are some other matches I could take or leave, and I will get to them here in a minute. But first, I want to talk about the opening segment. And what better way to open up a pay-per-view than with God? He's coming out there and he's welcoming the crowd to Night of Champions, and he kind of gets in a little old DX spiel like, "Are you ready?" It was good stuff. Then he gets interrupted by Curtis Axel and Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman's making one last plea to Triple H to get out of the match, but no, that's not going to happen. And seeing that God is that he really is a benevolent God, he puts Curtis Axel in a match right away, and he puts the IC title on the line against Kofi Kingston. Oh God, I saw some of this match down in Des Moines a couple of weeks ago on Superstars, and oh God, at least Curtis Axel retained. That's all I can say. And I've said this before about Kofi Kingston. He's still in the same spot he was 4 years ago. Why? Because of Randall Keith Orton. And why not? Because he is the face of the WWE, and he's the WWE champion. So, but as far as Kofi goes, I think the best thing he can do is turn heel. That's what I think. It may not happen, but at least it should. Okay, then the Divas 4-way for the Diva title. AJ, Natalya, Naomi, and the Bella Slut. Oh, God. I would have been happy if anybody but AJ retained, but that's exactly what would happen. AJ as a heel just sucks. Okay, then the World Heavyweight Championship. Alberto Del Rio against Rob Van Dam. This was kind of a horseshit finish. I mean, the match itself was okay, but ADR gets disqualified by not letting go of the cross arm breaker. Therefore, RVD wins by disqualification in basically his hometown. Yeah, he's from Battle Creek, but he was in Detroit. But two things that surprised me about this match. Number one, didn't get a Ricardo heel turn. And number two, after the match, when ADR was all losing that from the Van Terminator, that we didn't see a cash in by Damien Sandow. That would have been perfect for this. But instead, no, it didn't happen. Yeah, Sandow tweeted that he might do it, but did he? No, he should have. Alright, then we have the piss break part of the program. Miz against Fandango. I didn't care about this match. I don't care about this feud. Miz wins. It sucks. Summer Rae looked hot as always. That's all. Then another kind of an impromptu match. I thought we were going to see this before, but we actually did get to see it. The IWC's favorite match on this card, I'm sure. Dean Ambrose against Dolph Ziggler for the U.S. title. Ambrose ends up retaining, which he probably should have, but as far as Ziggler goes, he's becoming more and more irrelevant by the day. God, I Shug Daddy alluded to this on his Raw review, but God, should he really be put with somebody again? I really hope not, but at this point, what else are you going to do with him? Alright, earlier in the night there, on the kickoff show, there was that tag team turmoil match to determine the number one contendership for the tag team titles, which was won by the primetime players, and it should have been, because they've gotten the most airtime recently, and they've gotten the biggest push, so they ended up beating the Real Americans to become number one contenders, so that means they earned a shot against the Shield for the tag team titles. And didn't really see a lot of this match, but I know the Shield retained, and WWE could have thrown me a bone here. I would have liked to see the primetime players go over in this match. It would have been nice. It would have been a nice change of pace because, hell, we haven't had any titles change so far, so that would have been something new and different. Okay, now for the two matches I cared the most about on this card. The no DQ handicap match between Heyman and Axel against CM Punk. Well, you didn't see a lot of Heyman in the beginning, obviously, but and this match was all right actually until, well, Punk actually got the tap out after the GTS on Axel. Easy for me to say, but then you get into Paul Heyman, and you know that Punk was just clamoring for this, as was most of the WWE fans. No, I don't call him the Universe because I'm not PC about it. So there. But anyway, he did get a little bit on Paul Heyman. He got the handcuffs behind him like Aaron Hernandez, and just when he thought he was gonna really lower the boom on him, wow, you get Ryback. You get a Ryback sighting, who ends up putting Punk through the table, puts Heyman on top of him, and Heyman ends up winning. So I'm guessing this storyline's going to play out a little bit longer. So now Heyman's going to put Ryback in the way of him. Just another obstacle for Punk to overcome. So in a way, I can see this being good. And evidently, some of the higher ups really have a high opinion of Ryback because he's gotten chance after chance after chance to get himself over, and they're still chanting Goldberg at him ever since that ill-fated heel turn against John Cena. Well, but then again, John Cena is a member of the Breakfast Club, so you can understand that. But be that as it may, what you're going to have is Ryback being aligned with Paul Heyman. Hell, this might be a good thing. Ryback's oratory skills aren't the greatest, and Paul Heyman is one of the best talkers in the business today, probably ever. So, hell, this may work out for Ryback. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Then you get to the main event. Randall Keith Orton, the face of the WWE, defending against the number one contender, Daniel Bryan. No interference by anybody, per Triple H. But this match, this was actually good. Quite honestly, I didn't think it was as good as that street fight match that they had on Raw a few weeks ago. But I think Scott Armstrong's going to be in a bit of trouble here tonight on Monday Night Raw, because you talk about a quick count. How much bullshit is that? So your new WWE champion, for now anyway, is Daniel Bryan. When I saw this last night, I was thinking, God, there's got to be some shenanigans going on here. I'm sure we're probably going to get a late Dusty finish. I'm surprised Michael Cole and JBL and Lawler, I'm surprised they didn't mention anything about it either. But I'm guessing that must be part of the storyline, I'm guessing. But I'm really going to be interested to see Raw tonight and see what goes down. You are a marked man, Scott Armstrong. You remember that, brother. Well, as far as this pay-per-view goes, God, this was for a pay-per-view I was actually excited to watch. Outside of the God segment at the beginning of the show and probably the two main event matches, God, this card moves slower than molasses. In January, even, it's like, this pay-per-view just did not do much for me. Yeah, I'm sure the YWC I'm sure they're happy about Daniel Bryan winning the title, but if this is not part of a storyline, he actually keeps the title. This is dumb. They should have. This should have gone all the way to like freaking WrestleMania. It's like Daniel Bryan should have to win the Royal Rumble to get his get a shot at WrestleMania to pick who he's going to face. We all know it's going to be Randall Keith Orton. He's a member of the Breakfast Club, you know. But other than that, then now with the Ryback being in Punk's way now, and another obstacle for Punk to get at Heyman. So hey, they're gonna let this story drag out a little further too. So I want to know what you guys thought about this pay-per-view. I thought at best it was a C minus, but as far as that goes, that's about what I thought of it. I think the only saving graces of this show were like the beginning and the end. But I am the Marvelous One, and I am gone for now. See ya.